Hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade Alycia, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to find funding for your online business. Funding within any business, big or small, is always a major issue or area that has a lot of troubles. Sometimes you can have seasons where you're just in abundance of funding and you don't need external funding. And then sometimes you could be in a low where you do need external funding to help keep your business afloat. And there is no shame in this. Businesses, like I said, big and small, global and local, need funding alike. This is something that across the board, no matter what industry you're in, no matter if you're a small business or if you're a world-renowned business, funding is something that always is a trouble for business. This is especially true when you are in the startup stages of your business or in the early stages. So anything prior to 5 years, it's normally really a struggle for funding. And also sometimes the longer the business is around, the more there are financial troubles because you have to add on more expenses to be able to do the regular day-to-day operations of your business. With that being said, I'm going to share with you 3 places to find funding for your online business. And these 3 places are really well-known areas, and this is where most of people go and get their funding from. And these places are ones that some of them come from you directly, and others you have to seek out a place to go and request funding. The first place you can find funding for your online business is from your own income. Now, this one I put first because I really emphasize exploring this one first as much as possible before you go and do 2 or 3 that I'm going to share with you. And that is because this one involves 0 debt, right? You don't have to have 0 debt, and there's no strings attached as far as what you can do with the money and who you're getting it from, right? There's no waiting period. It's literally you. So as a business owner, you are going to be the #1 investor. And I wish I would have known this before I started business so that I would know when I started business I was on the right track, because a lot of people are going to judge you for always putting a lot of money from your own income into your business and you're not necessarily reaping the return on that just yet. But don't worry, keep doing it, because if God gave you this business, eventually you're going to get a really big return, and all of that money that you have invested over the years will be able to give you back what you have sown into it, right? So that's just the law of reaping and sowing. But like I mentioned, your own income. So this means that you have to get your finances, your personal finances, in order for you to be able to have a set aside amount that you can then invest, that's your free money, into your business. So this would mean that you want to make sure personally, financially, you are paying down your debts, or you don't have any debts, and that you're living off of less than what you make. Once you are doing that, you will have freed up cash, right? And some of this cash can go into your savings, your personal savings, so you have an emergency fund. And then a portion of that can go and be invested into your business. And the areas in which you put this in your business is up to you. But I would suggest putting in the areas that are the most needed to just run your daily operations. Or if you already have those handled, put it into areas where you want to innovate and expand your business, to grow it, to be able to generate more sales and a greater income, so that then you can get flowing in a nice cycle where the money that you're making through your business gets reinvested directly into your business. This is the best way to go about it, and this is the way that I've personally gone about it, which is self-funding, because once you go into agreement with another entity to get money, there are of course guidelines in which you have to abide by, which we're going to get into, but this is the no strings attached way, and it's the easiest way to keep your business going. And it also goes at your own pace. There's no pressure, because you don't feel like you have to spend this money right now to be able to generate an income to then have to repay it back, or to have to say what you spent it on, how much you spent it on. You don't have to, there's no pressure from other people. You know, it's just you putting in your own money where you see fit, and you're hoping to get a return. So that is the first place to find funding for your business. It comes from your own income, you working corporately, you living on less than what you make, paying off your debts, allotting some to your emergency fund for yourself, and then anything left over, you can then invest into your business. The second place to find funding for your business is through small business loans. Depending on how much money you need in order to complete a project or to keep your business going will depend on the amount of the small business loan that you are trying to take out. Now, when you take out a small business loan, you're going to have interest on it, and you're also going to have to go through a credit check. They're also going to have to go through a business plan check and making sure, you are able to pay this back. And this is why I said number one is the best, your personal funding. That's the best option. But if you can't and you're finding yourself still struggling, and maybe you are doing that, but it's just not enough, then you can opt for a small business loan. But just know that they are highly competitive and they are selective. So depending on what bank you go to try to get a small business loan, they can approve it or they cannot approve it, or they can partially approve it and then you don't have the amount that you need. Or let's say you get the amount that you need, but you're still not generating income, a return from that. So then you now owe, and you're in the hole even deeper because you have no way to pay this back over time. So just use super caution with this. But I will share a doc that will list out different areas or different places you can go for a small business loan and the different ones that are available to you as a small business owner. The third place to find funding for your online business is to go and look for grants. Grants are, very, very competitive, but they are also very enticing. They normally are a money amount that is, good enough for you as a small business owner, but also you don't have to pay them back. So that is that, you don't go into debt to have to repay them back, but also there are strings attached to the agreement. You have to jump through many hoops to be able to maybe get this grant. And they are highly, highly competitive because they are super specific. Many of them are for particular industries or particular niches, so it makes it that much harder for you as a brand to stand out. Because if you are a beauty brand, for example, and that grant is for beauty brands, you have to go against all the people that are in your niche, and you essentially have to stand out and convince them to why you should be getting this grant over everyone else. Another downfall of this is that it takes a really long time, not only for them to pick their finalists and you go through, you might win, you might not, but also for them to give you the actual money. It doesn't happen overnight. And so maybe by the time that you need to get this money, it might be too late. So that is something to consider. And it also is very, very time consuming. All of these applications for grants ask for very detailed income, very detailed business information. It is not a quick and easy thing. It is not cut and dry. And so is it worth trading off the amount of time that it takes to go through to apply to these grants for the prize that you are not guaranteed to get anyway? I don't know. For me, grants, I did look into them, but for me, they just don't work. Their time frame is too long, they require too much, and many times you get booted out of a grant because of maybe one qualification that you don't have. And a lot of times when you need funding, it's because you're not making money in your business already. And a lot of these grants, you have to make a certain amount of income for you to even be eligible to apply. I will share a doc that I have linked in the description box for you to go through a list of grants that I've actually looked into, and they're specifically for the beauty and fashion industry. So if you're in that industry, you are in luck and you can go through and see all the grants that you can possibly apply to or be eligible for. And I hope you find that resource really helpful. So all in all, my advice is to go for number one, which is your personal funding, because it is the most convenient and is the quickest way with no strings attached to see your business grow and expand over time. And no matter which option you choose, you're always going to be the number one investor in your business, whether it be in time or whether it be in money. You're always going to be the one that's investing the most. So just keep that in mind. But if you are in a bit of a hurry, the quickest option, if you can't do number one, is to apply for a small business loan. Once it gets approved, you will get the money almost immediately. But again, you're going into debt and you need to find out a way to be able to pay that back with interest in a way that's not going to sinkhole your business even more than it already is financially. And if you can't get approved for the loan, then there is the option for the grants. But like I had said, they take a really long time to get approved and selected for. And there are qualifications, a lot of them, that you have to go through to just be eligible and to possibly be a winner. Give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you found this helpful. Also in the comments, if you have applied to a grant and won, or maybe you didn't, but there is some really good grants that you know about, or small business loans, or just regular business loans, drop them in the comments. If you're interested in being mentored by me one-on-one to launch your own luxury online business online, head over to PFYUP.com. That is my mentorship program, Profit from Your Untapped Passion mentorship program. And there you'll be able to find out more about what we cover in the 11 weeks, what you'll receive as a mentee, and how to apply. You can also pick up my book, Profit from Your Untapped Passion, there along with the workbook. They coincide, and so you can use them both together to help you do it yourself on your own if you're more of a DIYer. Swing by my online businesses to check them out. I have Jade Alycia Inc., which is my women's sustainable accessory brand. I have Jade Alycia Beauty, which is my vegan skincare brand. I have jwbranding.co, which is my graphic design company. And I have Profit from Your Untapped Passion, which is my mentorship program, my personal brand, my book. And I also have a podcast, a business podcast that you can check out on Spotify called Profit from Your Untapped Passion, where I talk about business topics and give advice for everyday life, in business, outside of business. So if you want to learn more, you can tune in there. Check out my Amazon storefront for all your business supplies and essentials. I literally use these things every single day within my business working from home, and you can too. You can shop every single thing that I use, whether it be in your office, whether it be organization, whether it be for content creation, whether it just be business books. I got you covered. Head on over to the link in the description box below to explore and shop for your business supplies. Follow me on TikTok to discover my business secrets that I drop every single Sunday. And also follow me on Instagram for just a day-to-day look into my everyday life as an entrepreneur. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.